There is nationwide debate on whether or not college athletes should be paid. To me, the answer is pretty simple. Yes. Not only should college athletes be paid, they deserve to. It just makes absolutely no sense why the non-profit NCAA organization makes billions of dollars off of the backs of college athletes and they can't even sign a ball for $50 to try and take some load off their parents back home. These athletes are putting their bodies on the line every time they step onto that field or court, generating insane levels of profit for their schools, and they don't even get a penny. Don't get me wrong, paying players out of individual athletic department budgets is beyond practical. It's probably not feasible. I fully understand how hard it would be to decide which athletes should be paid and how much, which I have a solution to later on in this speech. But even though through these lazy excuses, I always come back to the same thing. College athletes deserve to be paid. The margins are just too large. I'd like to introduce you to a man named Eric J. LeGrand. LeGrand was a star defensive tackle at the University of Rutgers with a promising future until one awful day on November 16, 2010, LeGrand went to make a tackle on the kickoff. After the play, he laid there unable to move anything but his head, paralyzed from the neck down. Do you think that LeGrand and his family wishes he would have had a little extra money in his pocket to help pay for the immense costs of the bills that they had to pay for medical bills and rehab treatments? Well, I think that's another simple answer. Yes. The money LeGrand could have generated during his time of being a football star could have saved his family hundreds of thousands of dollars. LeGrand put his body on the line, and for what? To be paralyzed from the neck down without pay? College athletes deserve to be paid. Just how much is the NCAA producing off the backs of these hardworking athletes? Well, the National College Athletic Association earned $1.06 billion in revenue last year. That's through tickets, television programs, jerseys, endorsements, and anything else they could come up with to make money. By margin, that is exactly what I mean. How can an NCAA nonprofit organization make $1 billion and the people who generate that money, who most have families to support back home, not get a dime? This goes against the core beliefs of our country and what it was found on. By definition, the American dream is the idea that every U.S. citizen should have an equal opportunity to achieve success and prosperity through hard work, determination, and initiative. Well, newsbreak, these athletes are putting in hard work and showing initiative every day, but what they don't have is an equal opportunity at the money they generate. It's not fair. College athletes deserve to be paid. So now that you know the reasons student athletes should be paid, I bet you're wondering how. See, whether reading an article online or watching a debate on TV, I keep seeing the same problem reoccurring. If college athletes should be paid, do you pay them a salary? Which athletes should you pay and shouldn't pay? Well, the logistics just don't add up, and it is unbelievably difficult for the athletic departments to decide which college athletes to pay. That's why I have a solution. Student athletes should not be paid through a salary or a bonus, but by them being allowed to sell themselves. What do I mean? I mean, if somebody is willing to give star quarterback Trevor Lawrence $750 or $1,000 or even $2,500 for his Clemson Tigers jersey, fine, good. If one of his teammates, a tackle, can fetch only $50 for his jersey, then it'll be a good marketing lesson for the both of them. Who is to stop an athlete who needs to make a few extra bucks for his family back home to sign a ball for $30 every once in a while? Every athlete has the right to his autograph or his jersey and should be allowed to make money off of that. By college athletes being able to sell themselves, this will solve the conflict on who should be paid and who shouldn't. If a player is good enough, they will be able to sell an insane level of jerseys. I can guarantee that. And if there's a subpar soccer player that can't get a dime for his jersey, well, there's a realization in that too. What should stop a player from agreeing to shake hands at a local car dealership for $50,000? Absolutely nothing. I hope by now you know that college athletes are putting their bodies on the line every day and constantly having a knack for hard work, and you know that most should be paid, but they definitely deserve to, and just not in the way most people think.